It's only taken nearly 4 years to get back to here we are. But here we are. Yeah, we should have waited 5 years, shouldn't we, Ape? Oh well. I guess we'll make do with 4. Welcome to Duel Season 5. Or Duel. We can pretend it rounded up to 5. Most certainly we can. Seven streams, 5 qualifying, 2 finals in this season 5 of Duel. To enter to play, you need to go to the website duel.adweb.co.uk, log in with Twitch, and register for the first warm-up that we're going to be playing in 15 minutes. Get the chills with that edition of the music. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Season 17 of Quiz Night, Season 5 of Duel. My God. Hi, hello there. Yes, back in August of 2021 is when we ventured out into Duel Season 4 territory. And that was the first time that we did the full audience gameplay getting into the main tournament proper. And while it worked, there were some issues with some of the balance and sort of the description of how the qualifying worked did not convey particularly well. I'm hoping that this time round, that we have fixed that, and we have got a nice, simple, streamlined process into getting through this particular tournament. Yeah, this decade round. We'll go with those words, Ape. Yeah, this decade round. There will be a total of 5 qualifying episodes. This is qualifying episode number 1. At the beginning of each of these qualifying episodes will be a warm-up. That consists of just 5 questions in it. You will have 60 seconds on your clock and 5 chips to play. So it is a very streamlined edition of Duel. From that warm-up, we will find 4 players that will enter into the centre stage for a mini-tournament, or heat, for that particular episode. Whoever wins that mini-tournament, that single elimination tournament, they get a guaranteed position into the finals. Everybody else, though, you can still play along, even if you're not qualifying in that particular episode. You'll be earning duel score throughout all of that proceedings, and those duel score will then lead into, well, potentially earning a wildcard spot. One of 3 wildcard spots that we have for you to try and earn throughout this procedure. Your best 5 duels, plus any guaranteed duel score that you earn from warm-up games, are all added together, and the top 3 that haven't already qualified by duel score, they will get the 3 wildcard positions. But we'll have more details about that as we get into the stream proper. And if you've never seen Duel before, don't worry, we'll also give you a bit of an explainer as to how that works as well. As thank you very much, Tipster, for providing me things that I need for this setup right now. So let me quickly download that file. That is now downloaded. I can now close Chrome. I don't need that open anymore. And I can now go over to OBS and switch this file out for a different file, and we will see that play out in a moment. Anyway, how are you all doing, folks? I haven't actually addressed you directly out there. How are we doing? Welcome to Season 17, and I hope you are looking forward to a mammoth Season 17. Certainly compared to Season 16, that was a very, very, very short one. But Season 17... we are starting off tonight with the Duel Tournament, Duel Season 5, and we'll also be continuing on into like June and July time with this particular season, with all sorts of shenanigans going on. A lot of it unscheduled, which I'll need to sort out. And I do notice there is a lot of support coming through in chat right now, so I'm going to go through that right now while I can. Sunny Cap with a 2-year resub. Ladies, gentlemen, and everyone else, let's duel indeed. Thank you for the 2 years of support. JB with the 47 months. I accelerated this game. Thank you for the 47 months there, JB. Appreciate that, and also appreciate the shout out over on the Dumpster Lounge as well. There was a hype train. Thank you very much for all the support in the hype train, Matt, with 200 bits, and that, folks, is 800 gift subs. That is an immense number of gift subs, Matt. Thank you for that. Pyro with the 4-year resub in total. Thank you very much for that. K-Jarves resubbing at 13 months, resubbing for Devuel. Thank you very much for that. Oni with the 54-month resub, or 53, depending on which number you actually look at. But 53, it's like the last one, but one higher, innit? Yeah, something like that. Thank you for that, Oni. Matt with the 5 gifted subs out to the community. AJB, thank you with the 21-month resub, and Milk with the 59-month resub. And we are definitely listening to the Tradefurers playlist, indeed. Yes, Zwei, or Tuvai, however the hell you pronounce that particular band name or group name. We were listening to a lot of that. And also BC, thank you for the 22-month resub as well, and congratulations on your winnings in the finish line, which was very perilous at the end, must be said. I think I'm fine with doing spoilers now, but if you haven't seen that episode yet, do go watch it. It's definitely worth watching. Holy shit, it's a good episode. But congratulations on your win, BC. And Puzzledan with the 50 bits. Ash, I wanted to get this to around 300. Thank you for that as well. Much peril, much pixels indeed. Very much so, Ape. So thank you for all of that coming in right now. There are a few pixels remaining. Cool. Let me have a look to see how we're doing right now on the website. We have 34 players currently registered to play, of which I think 7 aren't playing for the tournament, but that's fine. You can play along just in the audience, just to see how you would have done if you were to play in the tournament. Just bear in mind that there are rules and restrictions as to who can play in the tournament proper. Please check the rules page on the deal.atpweb.co.uk website for more details on that. Essentially, it boils down to minimum copper rules, which is like minimum 13 to be even on this website in the first place, and then in your jurisdiction, what is the minimum age requirement for winning a prize, essentially, which could be 16, which could be 18, could be another age entirely, but whatever your particular jurisdiction applies is what we will follow with the law there. So bear that in mind. Also, being able to talk to me in Discord when we do get to hot seat play as well would be quite good as well. Chronological or mental age, says Oren. Whatever it says on your driver's license or other government-issued ID, I guess is the way I would describe that. So, mental age, whatever it wants to be, but you do need to be of age in order to win a prize in the tournament. If that does not apply to you, then you can just play along for fun, opting out of the tournament. But if you wish to try and play as part of the Duel Season 5 tournament, then make sure remember to opt in when you join in on any of the matches that we'll be playing tonight. We have got the warm-up game open right now. Once we have resolved the warm-up game and we know who our 4 competitors are in the hot seat, you will then open up the semi-final episodes, the semi-final duels that you can then register for. Again, you click the cyan register button in each case if you want to join in to play. Again, remember to opt in the case of wishing to qualify points for the tournament proper. And then there'll be the final later on as well. So there's quite a lot of deal to have tonight. We'll have 3 duels plus this warm-up game. This first stream is going to run a bit slower because we're trying to get things on the up and up first, but we're thinking in future streams we'll be able to streamline it a bit faster and be able to get through the duels in a nice timely manner. So yeah, that is what we have currently planned for you tonight. And if anyone has any questions about duel or duel tournament or anything like that, then the Discord is always open for any queries. Score Count Ape, tournament directors alongside myself, they are best placed in fielding any particular ruling questions or how duel score works, how the tournament format works, any of that. Give them to a shout or me, and we'll be able to help you all out. For those that are not familiar, though, with the rules of duel, well, let me quickly give you this summary video instead. Have a look at this. In each regular game of duel, players start with 10 chips and 3 minutes of thinking time. Players will be presented a series of multiple choice questions to which only one answer is correct. Place a chip on any answer you think is correct by selecting them on your game screen. You can select as many or as few answers as you like. Once you're happy, lock down your chips to confirm. You will also be automatically locked down if your thinking time hits 0. You will always have a minimum of 20 seconds thinking time at the start of a question. A chip played on the correct answer will keep you in the game, and you get that chip back. Chips played on incorrect answers will be removed from the game. Fail to cover the correct answer, and that is your game over. Center players also have 2 accelerators. Once a center player has locked down their chips, they can play an accelerator to force everyone to answer within 7 seconds, a valuable tool to force opposition into making an error. If one center player fails to cover the correct answer and the other does, then that is the end of the game, and the winner moves on to the next phase of the tournament. So yes, those are the rules of duel in general. That is basically how we're going to be playing out, though, of course, the war is slightly different to that. And I'm hoping that this other video that Tipster has provided is going to explain that absolutely perfectly. In each qualifier episode, a short warm-up game is played with only 5 questions, and players start with 5 chips and 1 minute of thinking time. The top 4 players from this warm-up game will then go forward into that episode's heat, where the overall winner of the heat will earn a guaranteed spot into the finals. Additionally, throughout the qualifiers, all players earn duel score based on performance in each game, which is earned through getting correct answers, surviving questions that other players get eliminated on, surviving questions pressured by accelerators, having chips remaining at the end of a game, and also being in the top 20% of survivors based on remaining thinking time. The top 3 players by duel score that haven't already qualified for the finals will take the 3 final wildcard positions. So even if you don't find success in the center stage during the qualifiers, you can still get into the finals with a strong performance from your best 5 games. And that there is exactly how the qualifiers work for Duel Season 5. Thank you very much for that tip. That was basically just sent to me 5 minutes ago from Tip. I hadn't gone through any checks or anything, but it's all pretty much there, Tip. Thank you again for the the very high pressure turnaround for that video. And I think it explains most of everything we need to do with the tournament. I hope that all makes sense to you out there that has not played in any of the dual tournament formats before, or dual at all. And yeah. I was trying to think of a way to properly streamline that into my intro, but I couldn't figure it out. So we'll figure it out on episode 2 maybe, and we'll cut it in. But that is how duel works, and I think it is now 8:15. This is your last chance now to get into the duel tournament proper for this first warm-up game. We now have a total of 37 players playing in the audience, of which a few aren't going to be playing for ranking, but most of you are indeed playing for ranking. I'm now going to activate it into live mode, so if you like to now go back to the website, press F5, refresh, you should now see the play button that will take you to the game screen proper. I would recommend you do that right now while I now load up all the things on my side of things to get into our first warm-up for tonight. No, the first warm-up tonight. The first warm-up of the season. You know what I mean. Loading Spinner of Destiny once again. Do need to fix that at some point, but you know, it'll do its job. It does its job. It does the moving on the load because I literally updated that in the software like 20 minutes before going live, tip, because I now have the video for it as well in there. And it has all loaded up. So I think we're all ready to go, folks. This is your last chance to get in. Go to deal.atbweb.co.uk, log in with Twitch, go to the warm-up game, and register to play, hit play to opt in. Make sure you have opted in for the tournament if you want to be in the chance to win the prize, which could be anything up to £100 in cash value, either to Amazon gift cards, Steam gift cards, PayPal, things like that. But anything up to £100 for the top prize if you win the tournament proper. Going all the way down to like a minimum of £5 to get in for getting into the finals section proper. Okay, I think it's time to get this going. Thank you once again to our question writing team, Ape Minky Arun, David J, Dogfish, Lingo, Jerry Oni. Thank you, please, also to our stackers and proofers, Ape, Arun, David, and Oni. And massive thanks to Ape for basically making sure we get all the questions in order for all of our games tonight and throughout this entire season as well. We're all good to go. I think we're ready. Ape, are we ready? Score, are we good to go? Are we going to Ushtadal this? Are we all good to go? I'm never ready. No, I'm never ready either. But just do it. All right, let me go over to my thing. It is time, I think, to get this underway. Thank you for the 200 bits there, Matt, as well. Big love, hugs, and thanks to all of the tournament organisers. I'm spoonerisming already, which is a great start. But it is time to play. So, if you're ready, let's duel. If you're ready, then let's play. Question 1. Which celebrity wore a custom t-shirt bearing the slogan, "I'm Gandalf and Magneto, get over it"? Patrick Stewart, James L. Jones, Ian McKellen, Donald Sutherland. Make your 5 chips count. Make your 60 seconds count. Remember, there's only 5 questions being played in this warm-up. The top 4 in this warm-up game will qualify for our mini-tournament, our heat, in tonight's episode. We are waiting on, I believe, 2 players. But it's only 60 seconds, so it's fine if they don't answer in that time because they'll just get eliminated automatically. But most players have locked an answer down. But it's good music, nonetheless. Like I say, we just get more awesome music. So everyone is locked in. Now, I'm not going to reveal how many have gone where. We're going to keep that information completely secret. So you're going to be going in kind of blind through these 5 questions. So you're not going to be able to metagame from your opponents. So you're all playing your individual games in this warm-up. What I can say is the correct answer to this question is C. Ian McKellen. Yes, Sir Ian McKellen wore the shirt as part of Stonewall's Some People Are Gay, Get Over It campaign. McKellen played the mutant Magneto in the original trilogy of films, X-Men X2 and X-Men The Last Stand. He played the Wizard Gandalf in Peter Jackson's The Lord of the Rings trilogy, that being The Fellowship of the Ring, The Two Towers and The Return of the King. So, that is 1 question down. Let's move on to question 2. Which of these instruments belongs to the brass family? Saxophone, xylophone, sousaphone, stylophone. And everyone has locked it down and answer. Well, I'm hoping that you all get this one right, though. I mean, you know, I've been doing this stuff for 6 and a bit years with a trumpet as my main unit of currency around here. Now, I'm hoping you didn't fall into the slightly little trap here because, well, one of these doesn't strictly belong in the brass family, despite maybe being made of brass. No, the saxophone, that classes as a woodwind instrument, though in big band circles it might be classed as a brass instrument. It technically is not. No, the only brass instrument that is listed here is C, the sousaphone. It is a big old tuba thing, basically wraps around the body, and massive bell at the top up here. That is what the sousaphone is. The others we've got here are wrong answers. Xylophone, that is in the percussion family, and stylophone, I would guess you'd class that in the percussion family, but it's an electronic keyboardy thing that you tap, tap, tap. You've heard of a xylophone sound before. But yeah, saxophone, possibly a little bit of a trap answer in there. Sousaphone was the correct answer that we were looking for. Okay, 2 questions down, 3 left to go. Let's go on to question 3. Which of these idioms best describes the real medical problem of ankyloglossia? Tongue-tied, cold feet, pain in the arse, bleeding heart. Ankyloglossia. Ankyloglossia. They're not going to own up, Sonny Cat. Everyone is locked in on question number 3. For me, if I was seeing this question, I'd look at the last part of the word. Glossia is potentially where I would be going here, because that does kind of describe half of one of these answers, so I couldn't care less about the rest of it. Drop the pants on the screen. No, I don't need to drop the screen at all, Ape. That's the thing about this particular edition with the warm-up, is we're not going to reveal any of that information, so I don't need to drop the screen. But what I can do is I can reveal that the correct answer is A, tongue-tied, and I've got no further information on that. But yeah, glossia, I believe, is all related to the tongue. So ankyloglossia is tongue-tied, or to be tongue-tied. All the others are wrong answers. Okay, that's 3 down, 2 left to go in this warm-up. Let's move on to question 4. In which track and field event is the women's Olympic record a greater distance than the men's? shot put, hammer, javelin, discus. Now that's a very different kind of tongue-tied, that, SJ. All of our live players have locked in, means we do know that some players have been eliminated at this point. So that's some bare information that we can provide, is that some players have been eliminated so far. Yeah, in which track and field event is the women's Olympic record actually a greater distance than the men's? Well, the correct answer in this case is the discus throw on D. Records being 72.3 metres for the women's, only 70 metres for the men's. For the shot put, it's 22.41 for the women, 23.3 for the men. For the hammer throw, 82.29 for the women, 84.8 for the men. And for the javelin, 71.53 metres for the women, 92.97. Much greater distance there for the men. The other discus, it's the other way around, 72.3 for the women versus 70 metres in the men's. So that's 4 questions down. We have one final question left in this warm-up, so make it count. This is your final question. Question 5. About which American novel of historical fiction did one YouTube commenter quip, "I hated it. It was too woke"? The Caine Mutiny, The Killer Angels, The Good Earth, All the Light We Cannot See. Woke. Okay, I'll say it as woke. All of our live players have locked in. And that there is a lock-in on our final question in our first warm-up. So everything has now been confirmed as to who will be getting through and who won't be. Yeah, I hated it. It was too woke. Or woke, or however the hell you want to pronounce that particular word there. We are, of course, referring to Herman Wouk. That is the name of an author. The author died in 2019, 10 days before his 104th birthday. And we are looking for the one novel here that he particularly penned. And the answer to that question is The Caine Mutiny on option A. And, well, we do get some information before I go to the leaderboard proper. Oren is the winner in our first warm-up game of Duel Season 5. Congratulations there, Oren. More details here. We've got, The Good Earth was written by Pearl S. Buck in 1932. The Caine Mutiny was written by Herman Wouk in 1952. The Killer Angels by Michael Shara in 1975. And All the Lights We Cannot See by Anthony Doerr in 2015. That's all the information there on our final question. We're going to close that out, and we see that congratulations to Oren, and also congratulations goes to the following players. We have Shapes, Topper, Claire and Oren at the top there. Proogs and Flyboy got eliminated on question number 5. No more chips left to go. There we got Clive, Colo, Inca, Toot, BC, Serial Quizzer, AJB surviving to question, well, eliminated on question number 4. And you can see the rest of the leaderboard there. But Shapes, Topper, Claire and Oren. Apparently Oren is our winner. How does that work? I don't know. But they all had the same number of chips. So I guess it just picked one of you that had the right number of chips. So the reason is, Oren, this is the first time that we've ended a duel with more than one winner. Normally, when a duel ends, either it's one winner or no winners. This is the first time that we've actually got more than one winner, and I didn't realise that until right now. So it just picked you because you are one of the players that did survive to the end. I'm guessing it would have been sorting by your name, potentially. Anyway, the strictly true winner is Shapes by time with 36.45 seconds and 1 chip remaining. Then it was Topper, 1 chip, 35.7 seconds remaining. Then Claire, 1 chip, 20.14 seconds. Then Oren, 1 chip, less than 20 seconds left on their clock. So it could be that you're actually the last of the qualifiers, maybe. But either way, congratulations to all 4 of you for surviving our first warm-up. It all now needs to go to check that all 4 of our players at the top there have been selected. They have chosen to play in the tournament proper, which does mean then for our first tournament, we're going to have Shapes playing against Oren, first place versus 4th place, and Topper playing against Claire, 2nd place versus 3rd place. That is going to be the structure of our tournament for tonight's game. So that is how the warm-up has played out. I now need to go over to our semi-finals A and B to figure out who we've got. I just want to confirm that those 4 players are all available to play in the hot seat proper tonight. I do hope you all are, because I'm about to put your names down. We like Shapes and Oren Mistarel, wasn't it, in the other side? Oren Mistarel. Let me check that. 2 R's. I always get that wrong. 2 R's, 1 L. And then on the other side, it's Topper and Claire. So let me update that one as well. Topper 1 Gaming and Claire 0R. You're available to clues against Claire, yes. I believe everything should be all proper then. Could our first hot seat players please make their way into the green room then, that being Shapes and Oren? Could you please make your way there? And also, I've now made your game live on the website. So if you could go to everyone that wants to play in this first duel proper, audience or otherwise, 1A is the room code for the game. It is now live for you to register for gameplay. For Shapes and Oren, you've already been allocated because I forced you in. And I also get the other game ready to go as well. So semi-final B is also open to enter as well. Do remember to opt in if you do want to be in with a chance to play in the tournament proper. Let me unload our stage proper there. Proper. Oh, it doesn't fade the video back in, though. Oh, that's a shame. Well, at least I can just do this. At least I can just do that. There we go. Oh, we're just going to get more music. No, we're not going to get more music. We're not going to play that again. Let's switch over to match 1. Get that ready to go. And, yeah, well, how did that first warm-up go out there, folks? Did you enjoy that particular format? Did you enjoy playing just a very short duel with only 5 chips? It's a very different way to play duel. And there's only a few chips in hand to work with. Hopefully, all the duel score side of things has worked there. I actually should check the... oh, dear. Oh, dear. It appears the website has died. That's strange. Everything was working fine, and then it broke. And then it broke. What? Why is it broken now? Let's have a look at my... where's my dashboard? Oh, because I'm not logged into Heroku on this side of things, am I? I need to go to my logs to figure out what the hell's gone on, why the server's just decided to crap out. It ran everything fine, and then I generated the games, and that was fine. So question mark. I need to authenticate. Yeah, I'm aware, Mark. Yeah, that's what I'm looking at right now is the application error. If you're seeing that, it's basically the entire server's gone down. Which is weird. It was running fine for the entire game. And then it shat the bed. Thank you for that tip. Logs. What's it say? App crashed. Yeah, no shit. Why did it crash, though? It's not telling me. Fantastic. Well, we're going to restart the server. We dealed too much. Clearly we did. Clearly we've dealed too much already. Dealed too close to the sun. I'm just restarting the server now. And it's just crashed again. Fantastic. Why did it crash? No, don't auto scroll with output. Why did it crash? Duplicate key value violates unique constraint. Oh, okay. So what's happened is that is a problem with my server. That's fine. I can do something about that. One moment while I sort this out. What has happened is someone has a new Twitch account, but is using their old email for it, and I've got a database constraint saying, well, there can only be one email per one user, and now that has been violated. So I need to probably remove that constraint if I can, which is not the best way to do it, but it's a way of fixing things. User's email key unique. Can we remove that unique constraint? Please say I can. No, I can't. Fantastic. Great. I have no idea who it is then, because it doesn't tell me who this bloody duplicate key value is. Oh no, sorry. Yes, I can. Okay. Strange. Why on earth that's a duplicate, I don't know. But I can maybe delete the existing entry, he says. You're not even listed. The previous name isn't even listed on here. What? What's going on there then? Let me do a. Can I do a search? Can I sort, please? Can I sort, please? Thank you. There you are. Right. What I can do? Let me do that. And to the affected party, you should now be able to, once the website comes back alive, you should now be able to log in proper and it not collide. Because I've just changed your email to something else on the previous account. So everyone else should now be able to log in fine and should be able to use the website fine. Okay, I think we're good. We will see. Thank you, Tip. Thank you. No, it's not. Anyway, website should now be back alive, and I think we should be able to move on. I was actually going to quickly check that all the dual score things got calculated. Does look like it did calculate everything as expected. Yes, I see deal score that has been calculated for everything. So those have just DS rather than 0, which is a curious thing. Okay, that's a formatting issue on my side of things. But it does look like it's working. Cool. Right. Are we back in the room? I think we are. We have Oren and Shapes. They are set as the center stage players. They are ready in the wings. Need to get myself ready on stream in Discord, should I say. Like that. Get that ready. Get that ready. And I think we're all good to go for semi-final A of first episode. I think so. Yes, I'm going to say we are. So, if you could, please, Tip, bring... I say, you can't actually, can you? I have to drag them in. I will drag them in on your behalf, Tipster, don't worry. Let's welcome our first players for tonight in the hot seat. We've got Shapes and Oren. Come on, loading spinner. Good evening, Shapes, and good evening, Oren. Welcome to the centre stage for the first proper duel of Duel Season 5. Shapes, how are you feeling after that stellar performance in the warm-up game?
I didn't realise I had no idea I was going to be that high up. I used 4 tokens on the final question.
Oh, you just covered them all?
Yeah, I was lucky enough to be in a position to do that, but I assumed there'd be enough other people sort of in similar situations who might have done it a bit faster or sort of got on the sort of one of the primary metrics.
Indeed. Well, it worked out in your favour. I guess then, Oren, was that the same situation for you, that you covered all 4 on the final question?
I had the same assessment of, I didn't think just staying with 1 chip, and I think I had 18 seconds left. I did not think was going to be enough to qualify, knowing the caliber of everybody else here.
Well,
I knew it wasn't bad, but I didn't think it was going to be top 4.
You were just on the edge, and you didn't have exactly the same number of chips as everybody else did at that point in the top 4. You just had less thinking time. That's what ranked you in 4th place in this particular setup. But it gets you into the centre stage no matter what, and gets you your first opportunity to get into the finals. Oren, do you think you're going to get through this mini tournament tonight and get into a final winning position?
I don't know. I think I've got to definitely call myself the underdog against Shapes, but hey, I'm here to try, so...
Here to try. And Shapes, how about yourself? Do you think you're going to get through to the finals proper?
Oh, I've got no idea. The thing is, for as well as I do in quiz generally, I seem to do really quite badly at duel, and I've never quite squared out why. So, maybe this is a chance, but... my record would not suggest that this is the game that I'd be expected to be the tournament champion of.
Information I have on my side of things, you came 20th overall in Duel for All, with 1 win, 1 top 3, and you also made it to the main stage, using an average of 1.6 chips per question from the sounds of things, with a 38% survival rate over all of the questions. Lots of number crunching there. This could be a redemption arc for you this time to see if you can improve your standing and try and get through to the finals proper. And with Oren, this is their first time in a dual tournament proper. So all kind of crazy for you to get into the hot seat in the first bounce as well. So, a lot of pressure, but hopefully you can meet said pressure, Oren.
We'll see what happens. I was going to say, I've got it, like with a lot of the games, I've got the tendency to either do well or bust out early. That's kind of my pattern in most of your games.
Do well. It's all... No, I'm not going to push that pun. Sorry, that's a bit too much. The website should now be up to date. The game has been made live. If you refresh, you should be able to join in on the game screen proper. I wish you all the best of luck in this. Just as a summary, as this is now a centre stage duel, we have got, for our centre players, we have got 10 chips, 3 minutes, and of course they have those 2 exceedingly pressurizing accelerators. We saw in the demonstration exactly how that works. Once they have locked down their chips, they can elect to use one of their accelerators to force their opponent, and also all of you out there playing in the audience as well, to lock in your answers within 7 seconds. Remember, there is a dual score bonus for surviving a question that is pressured by an accelerator. So you may want to expend some of your chips that you have in hand just to guarantee you through the question. Of course, if you have the chips to play with. If you don't have the chips, then, good luck. Make sure you cover the correct answer to survive it. As Ape says, answer every question right. That's all you need to do in this game, and hopefully you'll be able to do that with flying colours. Shapes, are you ready to play?
Yes.
Oren, are you ready to play?
Absolutely.
I guess to get this game underway, let's duel. Wish you the best of luck, and everyone playing along in the audience as well. Here comes question number 1. Swapping the vowels in which of these words gets an approximate antonym? Note, vote, tote, dote. Both of our players have locked down. And we're still getting a flurry of activity in the audience side of things as well. Well, that didn't take long at all, because of course once our centre players have locked down their chips, then everyone else in the audience gets a pseudo accelerator played. You need to lock in within 7 seconds. Both players seemingly sounding confident here with a nice quick lock-in. What do you think, Shapes? Do you think Oren's gone with a single chip response?
I think so.
You think so? How about yourself, Oren? Do you think Shapes has gone with a single chip?
Yeah, I think this one was pretty straightforward.
Let's drop the screen then. Yeah, both of you have gone a single chip here on B, vote. Oren, why do you go with vote?
Vote, generally, it could mean yes or no, but swapping the vowels as veto is pretty much a negative vote on something, or overriding the vote on it. So,
overriding the vote, indeed. Vote becomes veto. That is a great response. Both players here in the centre stage getting that one right. And only using about 5 seconds on each clock as well. So doing well indeed. Nice easy start, I would say. Nice easy start, but they do get harder. Let's move on to question number 2. To avoid tainting its flavour, which of these foodstuffs is traditionally served with a mother-of-pearl spoon? Caviar, sea cucumber, escargot, bird's nest soup. Centre players have locked an answer down. And everyone has been resolved. Oren, what do you think? Do you think Shapes has gone with a single chip here?
he thought about it a little bit, but I'm going to say yes. I think he only went with one.
Yeah, I did use a bit more thinking time. Both of you in that case, actually, on that one, thinking a little bit longer. Shapes, what do you think? Do you think Aura's gone with single chip?
I think so. I think he's done the same I did, of sort of considering each of the options a bit more carefully to definitely make sure that they can be rolled out.
All right, let's drop the screen. Again, both gone with a single chip. Going on a caviar. Shapes, why caviar?
Caviar's the really expensive luxury product that I can imagine has a very sort of particular flavour to people who like it. I've tried it once and did not see the appeal at all. The others, they're all foods, but as far as I'm aware, they're not quite so refined. They wouldn't have their flavour tainted by the wrong material of the spoon.
Well, you've both gone with caviar. If this is the correct answer, then we move on. If it's wrong, then we will go to a sudden death question to decide the duel. Correct answer is... it is indeed caviar, yeah. Caviar spoons can also be made from animal horn, gold, or wood. So, yeah, very luxurious kinds of products. A metal, such as a silver spoon, for example, that would just react with the caviar directly and taint its taste, essentially. But yeah, caviar, the correct answer there. All the others are wrong answers. Not a single chip wasted. Both players still kind of in lockstep here. 2 minutes and 49 seconds on each clock. Both accelerators still in hand as well. Wood certainly can be a luxury material. Hinoki cypress over in Japan, definitely well favoured for many a thing. A lot of construction is used out of Hinoki cypress. Anyway, we move on to question number 3. Which country has recorded the most gold medals at men's ice hockey in the Winter Olympics? Finland, Canada, United States, Soviet Union. Oren has locked an answer down. Shape's having a bit more thinking time here. Has locked an answer down. No accelerators being played. Were you potentially tempted to play an accelerator, Warren?
Not really.
Not really. You're just sort of letting Shapes use some of the time that you currently have, yeah?
It felt like the same thing as he was saying with the last question, where we were just each considering each one. I don't think doing the accelerator would have done much other than push him to make that decision a little faster. I don't think it would have pushed him to making a mistake.
Shapes, were you deliberately waiting it out a bit, maybe doing some accelerator baiting, or was that just you were just genuinely considering your options?
I was actually considering them in this case, yes.
Okay. Well, there's a 7-second deficit on the times right now, 2:31 to 2:38. But how did you play? That's the real question. Let's drop the screen, see how you played. Well,
Oh, God. I think
we're in question number 3, and, well, folks, the duel is over. We know for a fact that someone has covered the correct answer. But who is it? It is a 50-50 between our two players here. Shapes has covered B and C, Canada and United States. Oren has covered A and D, Finland and Soviet Union. We're going to go to you two in order. Shapes, why did you go with the two in the North Americas?
All I can think of is that they sort of are the better teams. This is not an area, though, that I know particularly well, though. It's not a sport I'm much of an expert in. I was considering having another chip on Soviet Union as well. I'm fairly sure it's not Finland. I think they'd done once relatively recently, but the others are like the three that had the kind of hegemony on the at the Olympics in ice hockey. But yeah, this could well be the kind of question that's got me.
Well, it's curious because there's like two massive tournaments across the world, one being the NHL, which is competed by the US and Canada, and then there's I can't remember the exact letters for it, I think it starts with a K potentially, but it's one that is across all of Europe and sort of pseudo-Asia as well. It includes Finland and the Soviet Union / Russia. So it's curious that with KHL, thank you, Ralph. So very curious that we have got the divide here. Oren, why did you go with the KHL side of things then?
Basically, you hit part of it, I was going to say, and I remember, I believe it's the 76 Olympics, where the U.S. referred to as the miracle team in terms of beating the Soviet Union, and so I know they didn't win much before they started letting the pro players play. I knew within the KHL, in the European, Finland is actually one of the better teams as well, so thinking it was not actually US or Canada before the pros were allowed in, I went to the other two.
Well, the situation here is we have got a winner which will qualify for the final in tonight's heat. The question again, which country has recorded the most gold medals at men's ice hockey in the Winter Olympics? Shapes has gone with the NHL teams of Canada and United States. Ora's gone with the KHL, with Finland and the Soviet Union. Only one of you is right. Do I have the option? I can't remember if I have the option on here to drop answers. No, I don't have the buttons for it right now. I need to make sure I have the buttons for it in future because I could do some dropping answers. Well, I'm not going to pull this out any further. The correct answer is... It is Canada! And Shapes is
Was
our
not expecting
winner.
that.
You weren't expecting that?
Congratulations, Dave.
Everything Oren said in his explanation there just sounded like it made sense. I thought I was gone then.
So the situation...
Canada, I knew the US wasn't it. I was debating... you were talking about debating a third chip on Soviet. I was debating the third chip on Canada.
So the situation
again.
on gold medal wins at the Olympics with 0 is Finland. With 2 is the United States.
Yeah.
And then we jump up to 7 gold medals for the Soviet Union, and then 9 gold medals for Canada, including 6 of the first 7 Olympic Games going Canada's way. So yeah, they very early on established.
I just thought of the other thing as well, that post Calgary, it would have been Russia, not Soviet Union, so they'd have stopped at 7.
I suppose, yeah, if there would have been a difference of classification there, but even still, it still was 7 to the Soviet Union. I guess if Russia had got any additional, then we may have counted that under the same umbrella. But Canada definitely true with 9 gold medals, which are the winning team here. And for you, Shapes, means you are advancing through to the heat final tonight. How do you feel, Shapes?
I still can't quite believe it. I thought I was gone. I completely thought I was gone there.
Wow. Well, I mean, it's a short deal. It's only a 3-question deal, but it doesn't matter how you win them. It's making them win is what matters, and you have done just so. Oren, it's a kind of a disappointing early exit here in the hot seat. How do you feel?
Disappointed, but I'm still excited to have made it that far, to have even gotten in there. I appreciate the opportunity. I was going to say, like I said, I will gamble on these things. I will take the risks.
Well, the thing is, it didn't even sound like much of a risk. You had a lot of good logic in there, and obviously one of the answers you had was the second place on the list. So kind of across the 2 you had there, from either side, you had one good and one bad. So it just went Shapes' way ever so slightly there.
I knew it wasn't the U.S. because I knew they only had the 2. I just really didn't know about Canada, and debated spending the 3rd.
And here's the thing, Oren, even though you have lost this game and lost this opportunity to get through as a guaranteed position in the finals, you can still play in the audience throughout the remainder of the qualifying season, and if you get enough deal score, you'll get one of the wildcard positions. So this may not be the end of the road for you just yet in this tournament. This is only the start. For Shapes, could be getting into a guaranteed position if they can win their next duel later on in tonight's edition. Oren, we may be seeing you as a wildcard position in the future. We will see. Either way, thank you very much for playing, Oren and Shapes. Shapes, we will see you again momentarily, but we'll send you back to the green room, and yes, we will catch you two later on. Take care.
Okay, thank you. See you then.
Bye-bye. Wow, I was not expecting Deal 1 to go not that long, but that is the nature of deals. Sometimes that happens. Sometimes it does go on for just a 3-question affair. Can I have a quick look at the overlay to see how well everybody else did, leaderboard wise? Only 5 players getting eliminated there. Proved on question 2. Solomon Dudley, Flyboy, Sudicat on question 1. Brand New Halo eliminated on the first question. From looks of things, they did not play at all because they have no chips left in hand, or they joined late potentially. We have 4 players that did survive all the way with all their 10 chips. That's being Claire, Paulister, Inca, and Toot. So they'll be getting a good amount of duel score based on that. And Claire will be playing in the hot seat momentarily as well against Topper. So, yeah, Claire already establishing dominance here in this tournament in Deal Season 5. Watch my luck run out immediately. What's the thing? Even if you do have a bad match in a moment against Topper, you can still get yourself into a wildcard position with enough duel score. So we'll see how that all plays out. But let's go back over to this side of things. I do need to reload the scene proper again. That's a bug I need to fix. Thank you, video player. And we take that music off. Now, wonder, does my leaderboard on this screen work? The answer is no. This leaderboard doesn't work for some reason. Does it not, really? Nope, it doesn't work. It did work at some point, and now apparently it's not. I will have to fix that for future editions. Well, I will read that information off in a moment. Thank you for that, tipster. And I need to go back to this side of things, make sure I load up the correct edition. Going to go to match 2 in a moment. As a reminder, we're going on to semi-final B. Go over to the website once again and register to play for Game B. And you'll be eligible to play some tournament gameplay. That's the room code there. There's a B. Yes, there is indeed a B, JB. I'm going to give them a few minutes of extra sort of stewing time because I wasn't expecting that to happen so early on. Okay, I will ponder that later on, Ape, I think. Oh, thank you. I don't have those bound on... I actually might have those bound on this keyboard. I'll have to do them on my Stream Deck at some point. I forgot what I had combined, but apparently that's what I've got. Thank you for that tip. Telling me information about the software I've written. Because I can't remember. And yes, Shapes, you are more than welcome to play every and all game, even if you're, sort of half involved in this particular episode. You can play every duel regardless. Because you're going to be trying to earn deal score. That's your main objective now, is to earn some deal score if for some reason you don't get a qualifying position in the episode final momentarily. Right. Are our players all ready to go in the green room? I see a Topper. I don't see a Claire just yet, so we'll have to wait for Claire to arrive, and then we can do that properly. But how are you finding it out there, folks? Are you enjoying the duel tournament so far? If you've got any suggestions for it, I know there's things I would like to update on the visual side of things on my stream. But that's for me to do, and I will make the shiny things happen, especially as we're going through further and further into the tournament. I'll try and make more and more shiny things happen. You're enjoying your first duel, KJars. That's what we like to hear. Obviously, I haven't really seen much action just yet. Total of 8 questions, but it is what it is. It happens. It does happen. I do have a Claire in the green room right now, so I'll wait on the ready signal from Tip, and then we'll go into the second semi-final momentarily. Reminder, go over to the website and register to play so that you can play along in the tournament and earn some deal score. What I can do, actually, is I can go on the website and it should list me some deal score. Apparently not. Wow. Okay, then. That is a thing, apparently. It's not listing any deal score whatsoever. Really? Really? Wow, it is listing no deal score. Well, that is definitely a bug I need to fix. It's calculated the deal score. It's just not adding it to the user accounts for some reason. Okay, well, at least I have all the numbers logged, so I can correct those numbers after the fact. Okay. Weird it's not adding all the duel score values up. That's probably why the duel leaderboard didn't work, because everyone has 0 right now. But that's something I can fix on the database side of things between now and Friday stream. Right, okay. I think we're all good to go. Are we good to go with sound? Other than that, good to go. Fantastic tip. Yeah, thank you for that. Right, we're going to get into Duel 2 for tonight's stream. And make sure I have loaded up the right duel. Yes, match 2. That's the one we want. And that duel is going to be Claire playing against Topper. Let's bring them into the studio right now. And waits the prerequisite loading spinner of destiny once again. Good evening, Topper, and good evening, Claire, and welcome to the centre stage for this second duel of tonight's edition. Topper, welcome on in. How you doing?
Hello, Ash. I'm doing well. How are you?
Yeah, very good indeed. Did you expect to be? Bless you. Did you expect to be here in the centre stage so early on in the tournament?
No, Operation Qualify later in the tournament didn't work out somehow. I was trying to do well, but not well enough.
You're trying to just sort of toe the line, get sort of like, mid-pack, average kind of performance and sort of sit there and sort of bubble away and then get one of the sort of the later on hot seat positions. But You have done quite well here indeed. I'm curious because obviously Shapes did the cover all four route on question number 5 in the war. Was that similar for you?
No, I used 3 chips on the last 2 questions.
Oh, okay. So you did a bit of spreading across there.
I was able to eliminate one on question 4, so use the other 3, and then the last one was just a good guess.
Last one was a good guess. That was what we like to see in Duel is good guesses. That's how you play this game. How do you reckon your chances against Claire tonight?
Oh, slim. Very, very slim. But
really? You think so?
Well, Claire won the last duel in the audience. So clearly I'm a huge mountain to climb.
That is very true. That is very true. But it's an audience game. It's a slightly different affair when you're up here in the centre stage, when you're really considering one opponent rather than just trying to play along in the audience side of things. Remember, there are accelerators you can use potentially.
Oh, yes.
Indeed. And Claire, good evening to you. How are you doing?
Hello, I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Yeah, very good, and welcome into the studio. Again, bless you again. You need to get those hiccups sorted. So, information I have for you, Claire, is considerably faster at 6 seconds per question compared to Topper's 10 seconds, and you have a slightly better chip economy in general, 1.4 to Topper's 2. But they're just numbers, generally speaking. What do you think? What do you reckon your chances here, Claire?
Well, in the warm up, the last 2 questions properly stumped me, so I did 4 on the penultimate and then I only had 2 left for the last one, and it was just handy, just lucky that it was the top 2 and it was the top one that was the right one.
Oh,
so
you had a 50-50 at the end then.
Yeah, proper 50. Like, I was so very, very lucky to be there, so it feels a bit cheaty to be there, but I'll take it. Like, it's but my strategy is random. So who knows what's going to happen.
But here's the thing with Duel: if you have the chips to play with, you can use sort of probability and statistical theory to get you through the game somewhat. But it can only carry you so far, and you just need a bit of luck as well. Like Topper had a bit of luck on those final 2 questions. You had a bit of luck on that final question. It's just how it goes sometimes. Now, you both know that you're going to be facing off against Shapes in the episode final here. Topper, if you can beat Claire here, do you think you're going to beat Shapes later on?
No.
That's a rather certain answer there.
If I have low expectations, then I'll be even happier when it happens.
Oh, there you go. Yes, you're following the tipster logic there of lowering your expectations. Clearly, Claire, if you can beat Topper here, do you think you'll be able to beat Shapes later on?
Absolutely not, no. I'm with you. Pessimists are rarely disappointed.
Yeah.
Everyone just have a nice time and answer some questions and we'll see what happens.
We're not here in the Duel arena to have a nice time. We are here to have a proper Duel bloodbath. That's what we're here for. But we will see how it goes. As a quick reminder for everyone out there, let me go to my little screen here. As a quick reminder, our players have 10 chips, 3 minutes, and of course, critically, those 2 accelerators, of which we've seen exactly 0 of them being played so far. Only theoretical pseudo accelerators played to the audience side of things. If you refresh your screens on the Duel website, you should now be able to go to the play screen proper. That is your one reminder to do that right now. Topper, are you ready to play?
Let's duel.
Claire, are you ready to play?
Heck yes.
Heck yes. Well, for Duel 2 of tonight, it's not showing up. It should be Dalton. If not, then, you haven't registered. But you have registered, I believe. No, you haven't registered. Go and register. Press the register button, then hit play. Make sure you do it in that order, otherwise you won't be added into the tournament proper. There you are. You are now listed for tournament play, so you now should be able to hit the play button. There you go. Yes, you got to register on every episode, on every duel game. So, both players are ready. Everyone is now sorted in the audience side of things. If we're ready, then hiccup and let's duel.
Right.
You haven't just consumed some ice cream really fast, have you, Topper?
I consumed a chocolate finger really fast.
Okay, fair enough. So still quite sweet, though.
Yes.
Well, don't go using the chocolate fingers on the screen right now. You need to use your proper fingers. Here comes your first question of your duel. Good luck. You can determine the area of the top of a circular pizza by using the formula pi times z equals a. What does the z represent in this equation? Radius, diameter, zestiness, or circumference? Claire in less than 2 seconds. Topper using about 4 seconds of thinking time there. What do you think, Claire? Do you think Topper's gone with the one chip answer?
Yes.
What do you think, Topper? Do you think Claire's gone for one chip answer?
Yes, definitely.
Yes, definitely. All right, then, let's drop the screen. Yes, you've both gone with A, the radius. Why did you go with the radius, Topper?
Because that's the answer.
Because that's the answer.
Pi r squared.
You'd be
pi r
terrible.
squared.
Because that's the answer. Let's go on.
Pi r squared equals the area, and the z is in place of the r in this occasion, r meaning radius.
Literally what I've got on my paper, except words in a different order. But yeah, pi r squared, replace the r with a z, and that's the equation you have here for the area of a circle. Yeah, he once had a fries job. There you go. Both players getting that right. No chips expended. Only a couple of seconds expended on both of their clocks. Nice, easy start. Possibly getting some nice, juicy dual score for eliminating audience players that aren't paying attention. I guess it's the bonus of playing a bit faster there. But we move on to question number 2. And speaking of area, the surface area of which musician's face is covered with the highest percentage of tattoo ink? Justin Bieber, Jessie J, Jelly Roll, Jack Harlow. Claire's already in. Topper having a bit more of a think. And we can see our audience players locking in. And there is Topper locking in now. And all of our audience locking in as well. Topper, do you think Claire knows this?
Yes. She locked in too quickly.
I mean, maybe try to go for a rush play and not bothering to use an accelerator, or trying to do some accelerator baiting. I don't know. Claire, what do you think? What do you think Topper's done here?
I think he's thought it through and gone for 1 or maybe 2.
Let's drop the screen. He's gone for 3. So it's a bit of an expensive start of this duel for Topper, but you do have an agreement on C, Jelly Roll, and Topper's also covered Justin Bieber and Jack Harlow, leaving Jessie J clear. Topper, why did you go with your 3 selections?
Well, I was initially thinking Justin Bieber.
Okay.
But I decided to cover Jelly Roll and Jack Harlow on the basis that I have no idea who they are. So they might be tattooed even more than Justin Bieber.
Okay.
That was my logic.
That's your logic. And Claire only going with Jelly Roll. Why Jelly Roll?
I think I can picture him in my mind's eye, and he's got face tattoos. I don't think Justin Bieber's got any tattoos on his face. I couldn't picture Jack Harlow, so I kind of regretted not covering him as well. And Jessie J actually doesn't have any face tattoos.
Well, if the answer is C, Jelly Roll, then this duel continues on. If the answer is A, Justin Bieber, or D, Jack Harlow, then Topper gets the win on question number 2. If it's Jessie J on option B, then we do go to sudden death to decide this duel. The correct answer is... It is C, Jelly Roll. Jelly Roll's southern hip-hop and country rap-style music has barely scraped UK charts, but has received a Best New Artist Grammy nomination and won the Country Music Association Award for New Artist of the Year. He says that he regrets 98% of his tattoos. Which is a lot of tattoos. Justin Bieber does have some barely noticeable face tattoos, a cross on his right cheek and the word Grace above his right eyebrow. And Jack Harlow revealed that he has no tattoos in a 2022 Rolling Stone interview. And that's all the information I have there. But yeah, Jelly Roll was the correct answer. So, Topper, your covering of people you haven't heard of was actually a valid strategy. How are you feeling right now, Topper?
Good. I'm glad I'm still in. I'm playing it like I usually do. If I don't know, use the chips.
Use the chips while you still have them. Does mean that you are at a disadvantage on the chip count. Now only 8 chips and 2 minutes and 40. Claire still has the full complement of 10 and 2 minutes and 55 seconds still to think of. But both of you also have 2 accelerators to play as well, so that could easily swing the balance. Let's continue on. Question number 3 of your duel is this. Which of these words can sometimes be regarded as a plural of a plural? Theatres, operas, stages, cinemas. Claire early locking in again. Topper again with a bit of thinking here. There is a lock-in from Topper. That is our audience locking in as well. So, Topper, do you think Claire's done a one and done again?
I think so.
Claire, what do you think about Topper?
Again, I think he's had a good think about it, and he might have covered 2. I can think of the 2 he might have covered.
Which 2 do you think he's covered?
I think he's probably covered B and D, but I'm not sure. Maybe
Topper.
C, I don't know.
Maybe C. Topper, what do you say to that?
I say you're almost there.
You're almost there. It's very curious because, well, for the second time in a row, we're ending on question 3, potentially. There is one option where we could be going to sudden death, but the duel proper does end here. Topper has covered A, theatres and D, cinemas. Claire has covered B, operas. Topper, why do you go with A and D?
Well, I spent most of the time thinking it was D, cinema, because I say when you go to the cinema, you go to a place with loads of screens. But you call it the cinema. So I say cinemas, multiple screens. I did think theatre for a similar reason, but more just to cover my bets. I don't know why it could be B though. I can't reason that out.
Claire, why did you go with B?
It's more grammatical. I really like Topper's way of thinking that. Like, it's actually a physical thing, but this is a grammatical thing. So you have an opus, which is a singular, like a work, and then an opera is multiple opuses.
Oh.
And operas is multiple operas, yeah. It comes from Latin. Well,
You think that's it then, Topper?
I completely forgot about the word opus being an opera being plural of that. I think Claire's got it.
I hope so. Otherwise, it can sound like a bit of a mumhead now.
Summary here again. If the answer is A or D, then Topper, you have won this duel. If the option is B, then Claire, you have won this duel. If the option is C, then we will get to try out a sudden death. The correct answer is... It is B operas, and Claire takes the win and advances through to the episode final. Oh, Topper. How you feeling?
Well, that was fun. It was a good run. I'm just glad to be here.
You're just glad to be here. Yeah, as Claire mentioned, in the context of pieces of music, opera is the plural of opus, and opuses is also valid. Opus comes from the Latin word for work, so technically an opera is a plural noun for a collection of works, and therefore operas is doubly plural. Another example is the Latin word agendum, the singular of agenda, and one can have several agendas, plural of a plural. I would read more and more, but I'm not going to bother, though there is spaghetti from spaghetto. That's a nice, cute one to remember. But yeah, it does mean, unfortunately, Topper, we have to say goodbye to you at this point for this episode. But you could still earn a wild card position with some good dual score throughout. How do you feel?
Fine.
just fine.
Fine. I had fun, and the best player won, and I hope that the best player wins in the coming duel.
Well, we will. Well, I hope so. I mean, that's technically how games go. Is the best player wins generally. Claire, you have advanced through to the episode final to face off against Shapes. How do you feel?
That's bad, actually. That's very good. I wasn't expecting that at all.
You weren't expecting it at all, and you actually did it with all 10 chips still intact at the end of the game as well. So that is really, really strong performance. Adding up to how well you did in the warm-up game, how well you did in the audience in Duel 1 as well. You are looking to be a force to be reckoned with, must be said.
Do I get to carry those chips forward? Can I have 20 chips to start
You can't have 20 chips, no, that's not allowed. But we can certainly do the same. But 10 chips you'll have in the final versus Shapes in a moment. One of you will be advancing through to be a guaranteed finalist in the finale of Duel Season 5. Claire, Topper, thank you very much for playing. We'll catch both of you later at some point, certainly Claire very, very, very soon. Probably just sit in the green room for a bit while I set the tech up for our final game and wait for Shapes to make their arrival in the green room. And Topper, enjoy the rest of the week, and we'll catch you later. Take care.
See ya.
See you later. Bye-bye. Once again, 3-question duel, just like that. It's kind of crazy that we're getting this to happen, but it's how duel works sometimes. I guess it just means we've got less stacking work to do for the next episode, because we only need to stack 3 questions worth in each of those duels. So yeah, making our life a little easier, making it a nice easier work for us. But yeah, 5 warm-up questions and 6 actual duel questions have been consumed so far. I now need to update the final proper to be We Like Shapes versus Claire. That's the one. Switch into registration mode, update, and the final is now live, or at least available for registration. Let's put it that way. It is now available for registration. But 107% great content, yes indeed. Tournament directors, Ape and Score. How are things looking on your side of things? Are we seeing some nice, mighty fine data? Are we enjoying watching things? And also, question writers and proofers and stackers and that. Are you enjoying seeing things from the other side of proceedings, rather than playing proper, actually seeing how the questions all get played out? Claire is winning real good. I would say we're good to go, but then you'd get booed. I mean, I did literally say earlier on about the Usterdarling it, so, you know. You're quite into the struggling, yes. Oni is enjoying it so far. Well, we still have one more duel to play out in tonight's edition, and it is the episode final. It will be Shapes versus Claire. We're greening it now. I will need to update the database at some point, I say in the interim between Wednesday and Friday, to get the duel score to log properly, because it's not actually tallying onto the final standings proper. It is calculating them correctly. You can go to the appropriate tables, and it does have the rank points correctly calculated. For example, in semi-final B there, Claire got 211 duel score in total, which is a lot. Mark also got 211 duel score from that. Dalton with 196. In game A, Claire again 201 duel score from that match, getting 201 duel score. So yeah, Claire really is ripping it up with the duel score right now. Will they be able to claim the victory in the hot seat, or if not, then they may be in fairly good standing to get through to the final regardless, with 2 more good duels under their belt. How did the warm-up game go with rank points? Not many, but Shapes did the best on rank points there, getting 112 duel score overall, of which 25 were guarantee warm-up points, which will carry through to the final total regardless of which duels count. So yeah, lots of duel score available. Claire getting 87 duel score there in the warm-up. So yeah, some very, very strong scoring there currently from Claire. And we'll see how that all shakes out in the future. Keep asking me things I know the answers to. Thanks. Yes, warm-up gets those guarantee points, baby. Absolutely. Thank you for the follow there, Dragon Beast. Appreciate your follow as well. You're more than welcome to continue lurking on, or if you want to play along in this final duel, either you can play just in the audience, just having a bit of fun, or you can play in the tournament proper if you qualify for all of the requirements that we have mentioned in the rules. Then you can go to the duel website and register for interest to play along, but entirely up to you. And thank you for your follow. Right, I think it is about time to get into our final episode, our final game for tonight. I think we're just waiting for Shapes to make their way back into the green room. I need to make sure I have loaded up the right game config for this game as well. Go to match 3. There we go. Match 3 is now loaded up for my side of things. So yeah, I think we're just waiting for Shapes to make their return to the green room, and then we're all good to go. I'm trying to think what else to say right now. Season 17. So yeah, we're obviously doing a lot of duel at the beginning of this season, so there's a lot of we know what this stream's going to be about, but next Wednesday we are doing a non-duel stream. We've got a Who Knows Where, and we've got 5 Minutes to a Fortune. Now I remember that the 5 Minutes to Fortune is written by Shadowmane. That is currently in the proofing queue, so we'll need to get that all sorted for the next Wednesday episode. But I can't remember who the Who Knows Where is in this case. And then we've got a chill stream next Friday. Not the Friday coming up, but the Friday after. We'll have a chill stream on that stream. I don't know what we're doing just yet. Maybe playing some Fall Guys or something, potentially. What was the last sandwich that I ate? It was a chicken mayo baguette from Greg's. That was the last sandwich that I ate, Ape. It was mediocre, basically. I mean, yeah, Greg sandwiches they're all right, but the one I had was mediocre. It was, yeah. Is that Greg's with 3 Gs? Yes. I think that's the right number of Gs, I believe, Ape. Yes, it does have 3 Gs. Greg's Mexican chicken rules. The Mexican chicken, yes, I do like the Mexican chicken very much so. What are my WrestleMania snack recommendations? I don't know. I don't really watch WrestleMania, so well, that's a lie. If I'm up, I'd go and join people in the dumpster lounge just to casually listen in on things. Other than that, I wouldn't really be that interested in watching WrestleMania stuff. Have I completed my... No, of course I haven't, JB. I don't do my predictions, do I? Remember the last time I did a prediction, and it just basically did RNG down the entire page because I had no idea what was going on. And what did I estimate the length of the broadcast to be? It was like only a couple of hours when it went for like 5 hours or something. Anyway, do it. I'll get my D20 out again. Clearly, I'll get my D20 out and do some more predicting. See what kind of off the wall predictions I make. yours is a pulled pork and cheese ciabatta from an indie coffee shop. That does sound quite nice. Fill it out with chat. Hang on though, JB, because you're setting a very dangerous precedent by doing that. If for some reason, if I somehow win that, what happens then? What happens in that situation? If I did win that situation, would a sort of like theoretical belt be bestowed upon the entirety of my Twitch chat? That would be kind of crazy. But anyway, hasn't told me now, so I must curse you with the knowledge. Microsoft turned 50 today. Jesus Christ! 50 years. Well, happy birthday, Microsoft. I'll take a screenshot of my stream and pop it on the belt. Ash has broken the sanctity of the thing is, I'm opening the questions because that's what would happen. Is it wouldn't be that I won the belt, it would be my chat won the belt. And I know that wrestling belts have had weird winners in the past. What was it like? The belt itself was the champion at one point in one of these Japanese wrestling things. So yeah, stranger things have happened clearly. But yeah, then my chat would have to defend it. Yeah, and how the hell would I arrange that? I have no idea, but we can certainly sort it out. We'll figure something out, maybe, JB. Either way, are we all good to go there, Tip? We are. Fantastic. Thank you very much for that. So I will make sure we are loaded on the correct game. We are indeed. I'm going to press this button, and we're going to get our finalists in for episode 1. We've got Claire. And we've got Shapes. Let's bring them in and activate the game on the website. Come on, game. Welcome back, Shapes and Claire. Well, I mean, you both have come through on exactly the same number of questions. It's such a strange thing to say. Shapes, you are technically playing at a disadvantage in that you did lose one chip on your final question, whereas Claire did not. But both playing basically the same kind of game on basically the same amount of time. What do you reckon your chances are like here, Shapes?
50-50 maybe.
50-50. A strong 50-50.
I know in a two-person game that doesn't really say much, does it?
No, it doesn't say a great deal, no, but a strong 50-50 chance.
No, I know Claire, I know how good she is, so it's not going to be one that I'm the sort of favourite to win by any measure.
Well, speaking of 50-50, Prooks is saying that, there's clearly two people on her team because your avatar is a mirror image, Claire. Yeah, what do you reckon your chances then, Claire, against Shapes?
I think he's about right. Like, honestly, I think the thing is, like, we know each other's level, but like, I know Shapes' strengths, and they are definitely some huge strengths. While I've got nothing, so it really depends on what comes up. And I like, as soon as a question comes up that I don't know, I'm putting chips everywhere. So like, it's about the order of them. There, we'll see how it goes.
Well, by the numbers strictly so far in this tournament, Claire, you are eking ahead on performance, but it is very much a difference of one chip and time essentially across the entire thing. So it's very difficult to separate you two right now. Ape saying, sorry, Claire, the first three questions are about tennis, Eurodance, and baking.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, the thing is, Ape definitely knows what the first three questions are. Whether they are actually that, we'll have to see. There is actually a poll open for those curious. How many questions will this duel last? Currently, oh no, it got imbalanced. Currently, though, it was a nice even split across all three options, apart from 16 plus. But no, there is now more of a divide. Apparently, we're thinking it's going to go to 1 to 5 or 6 to 10. or possibly 6-10 is taking the lead a bit more now. Anyway, I'll let that poll go.
The thing is, I've got no idea what the sort of normal expected number of questions is in a duel.
Well, we do.
We're
not going to tell you.
Rather than a royale.
Yeah, we do know the number. We've crunched the numbers, and we're not going to tell you how many questions are expected because obviously you could potentially meta that. But for this season so far, it's 3.
It's more than 3.
Yeah, well, you'd be surprised, but it certainly is 3 in this particular season, and exactly 3. It doesn't round down. Yes, the data shows redacted, as Ape says. So as a quick reminder, for those still unfamiliar with Duel, we have 10 chips, 3 minutes, and again, a stress reminder that they do have accelerators to play. We have still seen a sum total of 0 of them, but that's just because they've eliminated themselves through not covering the correct answer. But yeah, we can see how it all goes. The website should be live for our final, so if you haven't already done so, hit refresh. Make sure you have registered to play before going through to the game screen proper. Shapes, are you ready?
Yes.
Claire, are you ready?
Yes.
Well, in which case then, let's find our first finalist in Duel Season 5, and let's duel! Wish you all the best of luck. Here comes question number 1. Common alternative name for the casino game blackjack equals which of these? Sum of all pips on a craps die. Ways to make straight flush in 5-card poker. Reels on world's first fruit machine. Spaces covered betting black in roulette. Quite a wordy first question here. Both players locking in similar amounts of time, 10 seconds or so apiece. What do you reckon, Shapes? What do you think Claire's done?
I think she's done the same as me. She's taken a bit more time to read these options because they've got sort of a more sort of longer word count, and then sort of made sure to definitely have the right one. But I think she's going to have just got a chip on the right answer here and no additional ones.
Stop the screen. Then you've both gone with a sum of all pips on craps die. Claire, what's your working in on this one?
Well, I misread this. For some reason, I put the word 3 in here, so I thought it was going, 3 of these, and so I was looking for, I don't know what I was looking. I think I was looking for something equal to 7. Anyway, I think the answer is 21, and I think that if you opposite the die, it's 21. Yeah, they're all 7s. There's 3 pairs. You know what I'm talking about.
So you were looking for 3s or something like that in there somewhere.
I was looking for something that equaled 7 because I thought there was like 3 of these. I don't know.
Okay,
I misread it.
I mean, the thing is, the way that you could sort of approach this would be in factorising in that manner. But it is the sum of all pips on the craps die. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. You sum them up in 7s essentially, and they're 3 7s, so that's 21. Thank you, Mai, for writing the out explicitly. So yeah, nothing really to complain about there. Getting it right, no additional chips being expended. Just a bit of time though, because there was a lot of words to read, and as we all know, words are hard. But it's a nice gentle start into this duel, and let's continue on. Question number 2 is this. On the second to last day of 2024, a record 6% of digital solvers guessed the New York Times Wordle with their first word. What was the answer? Focus, stare, blink, or watch? Claire is locked in. And Shapes is locked in. And they're in. So another sort of wordy question here. Shapes, what do you reckon? What do you think Claire's done?
I don't know. I think this is one of those ones you either sort of see straight away or not. So, given she took a bit of time, she might have covered some options here, but I don't know how many.
Claire, what do you think Shapes has done?
I don't know. Yeah. I'm not sure if Shapes does Wordle or if he has a tactic. I thought with my tactic of what I start with.
What word would you start with?
Well, it's changed over the years. I start with oiled, which is a bit of a weird choice. My best friend starts with moist every day.
Oh, okay. We'll leave that there, I guess. What word would you normally sort of start with, or sort of circle with then, Shapes?
Normally I go with another 3-vowel one like ratio or alike.
Yeah, mine, if I was going to do vowels, it'd be radio or something like that. But we'll see what they say here. Let's drop the screen. So we do have an agreement on stare, S-T-A-R-E on option B. But then Shapes has played a bit more conservatively, covering A, focus, and D, watch. Though neither of you have covered C, blink. Meaning if this is the correct answer, then we are going to a sudden death on question 2, which is kind of crazy to think, but it is up here as a possibility. We all get an early night, indeed. But you have both agreed on stare, at the very least here. What was your logic on stare, Claire?
I think you'd be mad to start with any of the other ones. And I was thinking about covering other words, and I thought, no, it's a waste of chips. It's got the STR, all very good consonants to start with, E and A, very good vowels. Like, that's the one you go for.
Okay, Shapes. Do you buy that logic?
I do. I was thinking on the sort of what is the one that most people are likely to have used as their starting word, and that is sort of all the common letters. But I couldn't see if there was like something more behind this question that I hadn't spotted. And just going off memory, I think I remember focus and watch having been the answer in sort of recently enough that I could recall it. I don't think I've seen blink.
Well, obviously you can see that they're all kind of synonymous to each other. They're all in a similar kind of vein. I don't have much information about anything else, but you have gone both on stare. If the answer, though, is focus or watch, then we will end this duel with Shapes the victor going through to qualify as a guaranteed entrant into the grand final. But it could possibly be that we end an episode final on question number 2, can it? Surely not. No, we're good. Option B, stare, was the correct answer. It's just because it's got very common letters in there and it's got 2 vowels makes it a very good starting word, though a lot of players using 3-voweled words to try and eliminate as many vowels as possible, which he was mentioning with radio, ratio, etc. And adieu as well from Sunny Cats with just all of the vowels, because you can. 7% of solvers who play the game on hard mode got stare on guess number 1. 24 words in 2024 were won on the first try by at least 1% of solvers, or as we really should call them, cheaters, in somebody else's words there, in the question writer's words. Raise and Isle were also answers, garnering 5% and 2% of insta-solves. I have yet to get an insta-solve on Wordle. I've gotten very close. I've gotten to, second guesses quite often, but not a first guess ever. So, yeah. But hey-ho, maybe it's on the cards in the future. Maybe it will be.
The problem is if you do get it, it's then What do I start with now?
Yeah.
Like I've done it once when it was Laos.
Okay, yeah.
No, I need to settle on a new one.
I mean, you can still use the other word, just you won't be able to get it. Right, well, after question number 2, we already have a difference here. Shapes is down to 8 chips in 2 minutes and 29 seconds. Claire still has the full complement of 10, 2 minutes and 36 seconds on the clock. Still all the accelerators in hand as well. Claire, are you liking your current chip advantage here?
Yes, because there's something's gonna come up that I'm gonna have to cover everything. So yes, that's what I'm conserving them for.
Okay, well, we are getting to what clearly is the critical question here. Question number 3 is about to be loaded in here, and that concerns the following. In the graphics for televised NFL football matches, what do the 3, usually yellow or white bars next to the team name indicate? Official warnings incurred, substitutions used this match, challenge flags in hand, or timeouts remaining this half. Shapes is in. And Claire is also in. Timers are now about level, 2:15 apiece. Benzie saying, interesting question for 2 Brits to answer. You're absolutely right. Yeah, it's not a question of tennis, this. It's a question of NFL American football. Shapes. What do you reckon Claire's done?
I think she might have done what she alluded to just before this question. Sort of cover all the bases on this one.
Claire, what do you think Shapes has done here?
He might have covered a couple.
Might have covered a couple.
I think I've got an idea, and my sensible brain made me think about putting other chips on. So I don't know. I think maybe he is also sensible.
Well, let's drop the screen and see where you played. Interesting distribution here. Both of you have gone with A, official warnings incurred. But then, it is a difference of opinion across the entire remainder. Shapes has got on option B, substitutions used this match. Claire has got option C, challenge flags in hand, and D, timeouts remaining this half in hand here. Claire, does what's on the table reflect what you were thinking?
Kind of, but I thought we'd overlap a bit more. I was hoping we'd overlap a bit more, because that wasn't the one I was thinking, but I don't know. I'm quite worried now.
Are possibly both winging it on this one.
What do you reckon, Shapes? What do you reckon?
I did sort of have to run each of these individually, sort of make an assessment, and I don't really know enough about NFL. I don't actually know what challenge flags represent exactly. I'm not sure I was even aware if they had timeouts. Whereas substitutions, official warnings, not unique to NFL, but I know that sort of both of those get used in there and may, as with other sports, have a limit within the sort of runtime of the game.
Well, situation as it stands is, if the answer is A, official warnings incurred, then congratulations, we get to question 4 of the duel. If the option is B, C or D, however, then we end on question 3, and apparently we can't break out of this pattern. Well, what will continue this duel? The curse of question 3, that is the question lingo. Now, can I reveal any of these answers? I think I can. First answer that I'm going to reveal as wrong is... apparently doesn't work. No, it doesn't work. Okay, I'll have to change the shortcut in future. But the one I was going to say is wrong. Is A.
Okay.
A is definitely wrong. Means we have
This is
ended
gonna
on
be
3
one now.
questions once again, folks. How does this happen? This is amazing. So if the answer is B, substitutions use this match, then congratulations, Shapes. You are through to the grand finals. If the answer is C, challenge flags in hand, or D, timeouts remaining this half, then Claire, you are through to the grand finals. This isn't duel with a 3. This is duel with a V. But apparently we are regressing back to duel season 3. The correct answer is... It is D! Timeouts
Well
are remaining this half, and Claire!
Well
Just
done.
like that, you are through to the finals.
Oh, wow. Oh, my God.
All it took for you to get there was 5 questions in the warm-up and then 6 questions in dual land. 11 questions in total.
Even started.
We haven't even started, and you are through to the finals guaranteed. How do you feel?
Oh, I'm sad for not being up against Shapes for longer, because I think we could have taken it down to right at the end of our chips and the time. That would have been good fun. But yeah, that was... Whew. It's quite stressful.
Quite stressful. Shapes. Unfortunately, just coming unstuck at the end there did not cover the option. How do you feel?
Maybe I should have covered them all. I was sort of trying to work out because I was thinking this is the first question. I obviously should know this somehow, and just couldn't sort of apply that. I barely know anything about how NFL sort of works, and definitely not on sort of how that's represented in the broadcast graphics. But there we go.
Okay, well, I could quickly describe some of this stuff here. So on A, the official warnings incurred. So those will be, if there's a penalty on the play, then an official will throw a yellow flag up typically. And on the broad screen graphics, you'll often see in yellow text or in a yellow box with black text or something, the word flag, to say that there was a flag on the play. Substitutions used this match. Well, the thing is with American football is they have a very flexible roster of players. They always have a certain number on the pitch at any given time, but they can just sort of ad hoc swap players in and out depending on how the play is going to go. Challenge flags in hand. That's a recent-ish addition. Basically, do TMO. Essentially, review the play that was last done, and I think they have a red flag that they would throw out to do that. Can't remember if there's a limit on that, but I don't think the 3 would be, and they wouldn't normally have that on the broadcast graphics anyway. But the ones that are specifically on the broadcast graphics, the timeouts remaining this half, each half they are allowed 3 timeouts to do strategy essentially, and basically lock the clock in certain times as well, because how the different plays go depends on whether the clock actually runs or doesn't. I can never remember when a clock does or doesn't run. It's a bit weird. And then of course there's the 2-minute warning, and then they've got ad breaks, and then they've got these timeouts, and it's just I can't be bothered. Can't be bothered to work through all of the crazy rules there. But suffice to say, they get to stop the play, stop the clock, and do strategy, essentially, and they can do that 3 times each half. So that's basically all of the words that I've got in my head on that one. I haven't even looked at my notes, but that's basically what I've got. Yeah, most penalties against a team resulting in their opponents getting a first down and anything up to 25 penalty yards as well. The challenge flags, it's 2 flags. 2 flags per game in total. But if they get both of their challenges successful, then they are given a 3rd to use. So there's all the information I now have on my card. So, with that then, Claire, you are our first finalist. And you can kind of rest easy in a certain sense.
Sure.
How do you feel knowing that then?
It's very strange.
Obviously, yeah, I mean, you've already won some prize money as well by getting into the final as well. You're guaranteed £5 no matter what, which is kind of crazy as well. But we will sort out more payment stuff later down the lines when we get further and further into the tournament, because you could be our grand final winner, where you could be winning £100 in the prize pool there. So that could happen. Claire did an absolute stellar performance across the entire episode tonight, and it has gotten you a qualifying position. Shapes, hard luck, but you still have 4 more episodes to play out in the audience side of things. You could still technically have a chance of getting in the hot seat as well if we roll round everybody that could potentially get into the hot seat. You could have a second chance there, and of course you can get through on wildcard position as well, because you've been doing fairly well in the audience side of things. Get a good amount of deal score, you could be through to the finals and get to face off against Claire once again potentially. So that is sort of the closure then on episode 1 of Duel Season 5. Shapes and Claire, thank you very much for playing. I hope you had fun.
Yes, thank you.
And we will see, definitely see Claire later on. Shapes we may see later on in this tournament. For now, both players take care, and we'll see you soon.
Cheers now. Bye.
Bye-bye. Well then, folks. What can I say? Apparently this is Season 3 all over again. Well, no, it isn't, because Season 3 had the truels and the quarrels, and there was a lot of dueling required in those. But we have finished our 3 qualifying duels, each lasting 3 questions apiece. And we have our first finalist in the form of Claire. That's what I thought, AB. I thought that this first stream would go on a bit longer. But here we are at just slightly under 10 o'clock. And we are done with the procedure of all of our duels tonight. I thought I'd have more to summarise, to be fair, but it's not much to get off of when the entirety of the stream has comprised of 14 questions. Just means we have more questions in the bank to use on future duels. Or the stackers could just basically take a day off. I would go over to the leaderboard to summarise things proper, but as I say, the duel score isn't totting up properly. But I can see that Mark and ABME did the best in duel score. In that final episode there, that final duel, getting 213 duel score apiece. Then there's Maxio and Ohei getting 188. Hang on, that's not even sorted right. Why is that? Oh, that's sorry, it's sorted in their finishing position, but Maxio had... Right, Manic and AJB get more points, yes. That makes sense, I think, by... well, no. Oh, by time. They get the time bonus. That's why they sort differently. I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing. Anyway. They got more points because they did. Because they did better time. That's how it works. They got points on time. But yeah, as of the totals, I don't have those to hand right now, but I will work it out in future and try and get it sorted for the Friday stream. As a reminder, we are continuing on with Duel Season 5 on Friday. We'll have a brand new warm-up game and 3 more duels to play out. And again, we will have 1 guaranteed place going to the finals. Yeah, Duel School will be loaded at a later time, Tech Gremlins and that. I'm just glad that it has logged all the duel score correctly in the first place with all of the new calculations. That was the thing I was the most worried about, because that has gone... It has been tested, but not to the extent of having 30 plus players playing at the same time, which does matter. Does matter in terms of testing, to make sure that all of the points work correctly. And yeah, that's episode 1 of this seven episode season done with 14.28571% done of Duel Season 5, just like that. Kind of crazy to say 14.28571%, but that is true. And yeah, I hope you are enjoying this this revamped format for Duel. Ape Score definitely went to and fro on the structure of this, and I just sort of let them do their thing, and they have come through with a fantastic format. Though I don't think we were expecting duels to only last 3 questions. that was not in the rule book, but maybe we can break those trends in our second episode on Friday. It is now 10 p.m. It brings us to a close on our stream. Am I going to do a wheel spin? I think I will do a wheel spin just to see what we can do at the end of the stream, for a bit of fun. And yeah, maybe not have gone. We haven't gone the full distance on any of these duels, but I hope you have enjoyed playing along in this first episode if it's the first time that you have dueled with us here on stream. Right, let's go for a wheel spin with this ominous music on in the background. No, we'll take that music off now, like that, and we'll go to camera only, and we will do a wheel spin and see what we got. So, you missed those 30 question duels involving Tipster and Harry. Oh man, those are times. Excuse me. Apparently, I'm sneezing. Have I got another one? No. Okay, no more sneeze. All right, just the one. Okay, cool. Hello? Oh, hang on. One moment. Let me press this button. Yeah. Let's do it now. There we go. Put that over there. And let's do a spin of this wheel that hasn't changed. It's still the same as season 16. Marble race. Absolutely. We can finish on a marble race. We can absolutely finish on a marble race as a nice, easy finish for tonight's stream. So let's go to Steam. We still doing Dukes? That's a good point, actually. I haven't even done that bit. I haven't done the procedure yet. So, are we ready, folks, to see the Dukes go from last season? I think we are. Here we go. Oh. Well then, that's not good. I can't clear all Dukes. Some got cleared and some didn't. What? Okay, well, that's a good start. Heidi, we need to come to you. Need to come to Heidi. Need to sort out these Dukes. Why did it do that? So let's do. We need to do some dropping of tables. Or empty of tables, should I say. Yeah, let's do it. So let's do it. Empty it. Nope, can't do that. Let's try that one. Empty that one. That has been emptied, and then that one empty. That has now been emptied. So now, if we go to Dukes, should now be that no one has any Dukes. There we go. No one's been ranked yet. Good. The Dukes are gone. Oh no, it's a tactical new bankrupt. I don't have the sound for that, I'm afraid. Go to Wheel After Dark for such shenanigans. But you are now Dukeless. There you go. Everyone has now been reset back to 0. Let me go to Marbles on Street. I've got to update again. What? What do you mean I've got to update again? We last read it last week and I had to update it. What do you mean what do you mean what did I say, JB? For such shenanigans is what I said. Play Marbles on Stream, yes, please. That one there, that one there. Let's get it loaded up. Press that button. And what is this? Why is Discord overlay on? Go away, Discord overlay. I turned that off. Earn more with our revenue share program. What? I'm sorry, what? Marbles do revenue sharing now. What is this? Okay, cool. I guess if you make a good course, then you get yourself some stuff from it. Cool. Well, there you go. Enjoy. Season 60. God, we're into season 60 now on Marbles. Does that mean all the races have reset on the community and that? Do you have anything from us, Oni? No. Drahuska? Yes, Drahuska does have something for us. We're going to go for something slightly more happy. Yeah, we're going to go with the descending happy amusement. Go and load that one up. There was revenue sharing before, but now they've changed it back. Okay. I don't know. I don't know much about these things about Marbles. I just do races. Exclamation mark play if you wanted on this marble race. I'll let you do all of that. So yeah. I'm not trying to think of stuff to fill with regards to Duel, and I can't. Because I mean, you all saw it. It was 3 questions, and 3 questions. I can't waffle on any more than that. That is just how Duel goes sometimes. I haven't picked a random position yet, even me, because I'm waiting for people to join in, so that I know what the upper limit is, and then I will do a random position. You see, Foggy has just joined and makes it 42. And Random's just joined, make it 43, and Tipster and Flyboy makes it 45. So yeah, it changes the position every time someone joins. So once I know that has settled down, then I randomise it. And score count also joining in as well. And this is going to be the opening doots for this season as well. 10,000 doots for finishing this race. Why not make the bonus position 3rd in honour of our 3 question deals? I mean, I could do that. We'll do that and a random position as well. First, last, 3rd, and some other position. Because it's only 10,000. It's the minimum it could be. So it's not going to be a massive head start. But yeah, 1st, last, 3rd, and some random position. We'll do. And if the random position happens to be 3rd again, then you just get paid twice. Let's put it that way. Marbles is the game that's going to get paid out for 10,000 apiece. Winning position is the log entry. Right, we've got 48 races in, so let me go to random.org, and we will randomise to 48 inclusive, and the random position is 46. 46, of course it is. So 1st, 3rd, last finishing, and 46th place. Those are our paying positions in tonight's race. Crazy. 1st, 3rd, last, and last. Oh god, it really is as well, isn't it? Yeah. Well, third from absolute last, not last position, because last finishing position is different to last position. So yeah, 3rd person to fall off essentially, or blow up. Right, we need a music track to play. Do I want to do some Zwei? Yes, I do want to do some Zwei. I'm going to do some Toxic. This is Zwei Toxic is what we're going to do. Less than 3s in chat. Less than 3s in chat. John Cage, it's 3 minutes and 33. You're close. You're close. It's not quite, but you're close. Which is all that matters. Right. It's time to get this race underway then. The abridged version. Thing is, though, the lengths of time of each of the movements doesn't add up to 4 minutes 33 anyway. So it's weird that it's titled as that entirely. Anyway, 99 red balloons, but only play the first third of the song to make it 33 red balloons. Radio edit, yeah, clearly. Right, we're going to start this race off. And we are going to play to some Toxic. And if you're all ready, good luck on this race. And go! $48 marbles in on this race. 4 paying positions. at the front of the pack right now is Dalton, my Tadaro, Oren, and AJB. Oh, getting knocked about a bit there. High velocity. Who's first down? It's Suddy Cat's first down through this funnel. Oh, but Lowe's falling off. We've already got our third last finisher, or third last place. But I don't know who it was. Conradlac now has the lead. Suddy Cat and Theory, second and third. That is quite the loud track right now. Missing half the race, am I? Oh yeah, there's an entire other track. Well, there you go. Pulling back in my falling off the track as well. We've got a raid in from JR. Thank you very much for the raid. You just missed out on this marble race, but I hope you're well there, JR. We just finished our first episode of Duel Season 5. 6 more episodes to go until we find our winner. Yes, marbles! We do marbles every once in a while just for a bit of fun, for some bonus doots. Prugs, heading into the square funnel, is still our leader. Or maybe not! Is it TJ now? It is TJ! Oh no, JB hopping over! Will JB be our first finisher? With explosion! Oh, just sticking the landing. Hex takes second, just misses out on a paying position. Dev, though, gets third position, is a paying position. And everybody else filtering through. We are just looking for our final finisher now. Who is going to be our final finisher? Ape, you're quite a way behind. I don't know if you're going to survive from there. Pyro might. JB's apparent. JB. What? JB appeared on the feed again for some reason. Don't know why you did, but you did. 20 seconds. Pyro has finished. Ape, you can finish here. And Ape is going to be our final finisher. Nice. So, JB Henry with the first place. Hey, Dev with the third place. Our final finisher was Ape Minky. Very well done, Ape. 10,000 over to you. And Suyu was our third from absolute last. And they get 10,000 doots as well. So there you go. All of the doots being paid out for that marble race. Enjoy all of the doots. Nice early start to the season with that as well. Only 4 players. Only 4 players with doots in hand right now. And you're all equal first. That's what we love to see. Well, that is the end of my stream for tonight. Thank you, JR, for your raid. We are probably going to be sending you all off to somebody else right now. We're gonna have to do something with 3, certainly, in our raid message. What am I going to do with all the free time? I'm going to look at data, is what I'm going to do, JB, and then find out why on earth the duel score didn't get logged properly. That's what I'm going to do with this free time right now. But yes, we need to find someone to go raid into right now. And who is that going to be? Who is live? Quizzy Dan is still live with some lingo, but not as you know it. No, Lingo 2, in fact, which is very different. It's a 3D puzzle game, apparently, is what it is. That's definitely not what I thought it would be. But if you're interested in... Yeah, there's a new lingo. Clearly, what we need to do, folks, is raid with a message of Lingo 3. That's what we need to do. Clearly, if they're playing Lingo 2, we need to say, no, there's Lingo 3. So that's going to be our raid message. And we were halfway there with Lingo anyway earlier on with Wordle, because that's basically Lingo as well. So yeah, we're going to say Lingo 3 is our raid message to sort of align everything. He's not going to know why it's Lingo 3, but I don't care. I love it. But thank you for tuning in, folks. Friday stream will be the second episode of Duel Season 5, where we will find one more finalist to find. Well, we will be finding one finalist to head through to the grand finals at the end of the season. And then next Wednesday will be more of a regular quiz night affair. We've got some Who Knows Where, and we've got 5 minutes to fortune, and then some chill stream on the stream after that. So yeah, we sort of front load this first week just to get you all hyped with Duel, and then we spread it across 3 weeks, and then we back end it again with a big thick week, Wednesday May 21st and Friday May 23rd for our finals episodes. Congratulations once again to Claire, who has secured a position in the finals already. She can just relax right now. But 4 more guaranteed places to find, 3 wildcard positions also still to find. Let's go and raid into Quizzy Dan. And I'll see you over there. Take care, and I will see you on Friday for episode 2 of Duel. Good night. But why couldn't it have been 5? Honestly, why couldn't you go to 5 to really go thematic? But no, 3, sure. It's all good. Good night, folks. Bye.